We work in the shadows to serve the light.
This is my world.
Hello people of the Earth, stars, Venus and Mars. My name is TimeLord1452 and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to tell you a story. For so long I had assumed that the assassins were winning the war and that this film would show the exploits of what we've conquered throughout history, fighting off those heathen Templars, collecting the artifacts needed to keep humanity safe. But now I see it is the Templars that rule, and they made this movie. My brothers and sisters, we're losing the war. So Assassin's Creed stars Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, and Jeremy Irons in this action film based off, or at least so we assume to be based off, the Assassin's Creed video game franchise. A game franchise that has revolutionized historical gameplay with RPG added in. So where did they get this movie from? So in Assassin's Creed, a death row inmate by the name of Caleb Lynch is kidnapped by Abstergo Industries and is placed inside a device called the Animus, where he is forced to relive the life of his ancestor Aguilar during the Spanish Inquisition, and in doing so recover an artifact known as the Apple of Eden. So first, let me give you a little bit of history in our own world, and that is the history of the video game movie. They have not been good, like at all. The only one that has ever made a good list has been the first Mortal Kombat film, but all others have completely fallen flat, forgetting what it's being based on. This goes for Super Mario Brothers, this goes for both Hitman movies, well, the second one more than the first. We'll do a review on those later. All of them have fallen completely flat, usually not even having any concept of the basics. So Assassin's Creed was pretty much that last chance, a chance that we could of the world see that the video game movie is possible, and that it is not cursed, it can be done. And what did we see from that? Well, sorry to disappoint, but the curse is still there. It is still alive. Maybe a little bit weakened, maybe, no. But like all of them, it's the story that's wrong, and eventually it falls apart. While this movie has an all-star cast, Caleb is too much like Desmond Miles, and many of the Templars are usually spouting off exposition unnaturally and are very forgettable. The one thing about this movie is the Spanish Inquisition in my history book, it was a paragraph. It was a paragraph on one page. So when I heard the plot for this story is going to be in the Spanish Inquisition, I really started losing a lot of interest because it was not something that apparently I was taught very significantly in high school. So I figured, why could I be interested in this movie? I don't know anything about this stuff. I blame my teachers. Bad teachers. Now, the story was said to be a new story in the Assassin's Creed universe, but doesn't stay concise to the lore established in the video game series, as well as a lack of gameplay elements like Eagle Vision. Things like the Apple of Eden and the Animus are being introduced into this universe as if it's for the first time, but it's not. It's not supposed to be. Another thing is a vast majority of this film takes place during present day. We only see Caleb enter the Animus 3 times. Now don't get me wrong, the scenes taking place during the Spanish Inquisition, those times where he enters the Animus are spectacular, actually some of the best. I just really wish that could have been the entire film, but it isn't. You only get to see it a few times. It just would have been nice if they extended it throughout the entire film and focused a lot less on modern day. All in all, this film had potential, but it started creating its own world rather than staying concise to what had already been created. And as I've said, the curse is still there, but this is a bit of a small light in the darkness, because this isn't a terrible film like many of the others have been. It's actually pretty good. It's still immersive. When the combat scenes were going on, I was getting goosebumps. I was very much liking when these scenes were going on. It's just, it wasn't balanced well. The first half of this movie was amazing. It's the second half when the story starts falling apart, when you start seeing that it's not as concise. That's when you start getting worried. It just needs some major improvements in story. It needs to be more concise and connected to what we already know. But as far as this film goes, I'm going to have to say it was disappointing.
Put some effort into it.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, break that like button in half, subscribe right here to see more, and until next time, I hope you've enjoyed. Allons-y.
This is my